welcome. If you like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the Be Your Own Kind YouTube channel. And if you're listening to the podcast, please follow me. Also, in the description box, you can find my Linktree link to all Be Your Own Kind related matters, such as the BYOK merch, where we sell items from t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and mugs. Also, you will find our website and the links to my social media. Also, we are always looking to collaborate with others, such as business owners, vloggers, bloggers, or just if you simply want to share your story. Last but not least, if you are looking to promote your business, Be Your Own Kind will gladly promote you. If you are interested in details, please email me at info@beyourownkind.com. Thank you for tuning in and for supporting the Be Your Own Kind platform. Hello, lovelies. Today's episode is full of wonder and mystery. Tigers, lions, and bears. Oh my. Okay, maybe not tigers, lions, and bears, but we are definitely about to dive into the enchanting world that involves virtual secret libraries, living fountains, and more. I had the honors of speaking with the co-owner of Oddities, Todd Zimmerman, today. Oddities is an online entertainment experience that infuses real-life personalities of the writers and performers into the show. They are known to draw from personal experience to make an immersive experience for the participants. And let me tell you, they definitely delivered on that, as I was able to attend the secret library and I had a load of fun on a Saturday. The performers were so engaging and hilarious, and it was great to have a night off from Netflix. Also, for those listening today, you will receive a 15% discount on the Secret Library Origins experience by using the code BYOK. Just go to www.secretlibrary.io and don't worry about memorizing this. This will also be in the notes. All right, you guys, let's take flight.
Treasure Glitz customizes stem and stemless glasses, mugs, shot glasses, you name it. I love showing off my personalized glasses. She has customized glasses for personal use and even for the Be Your Own Kind podcast. Customized drinkware is great for standing out at your event or relaxing in style at home. So order your item by calling or texting 708-299-7555 or by visiting the Treasure Glitz Facebook page.
Hi, Todd. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. Thanks so much for having me here.
Thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. My name is Todd Zimmerman, and I've been a performer since I was 9.5 months old. And, when I was growing up, my parents were always like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to do exactly what I've been doing all my life. And that's making people laugh and entertaining. And so it's been a great journey to get there. I had the opportunity to perform with a couple of different touring companies around the country, most notably the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, where I was a clown and a ringmaster with them for a number of years. And then my wife and I decided, I met her in the circus, we wanted to know where the grocery stores were. So we settled down outside of Orlando, Florida, and started a production company down here. And we now provide plenty of other performers the opportunity to do what they love in various venues, from theme parks to performing arts centers, and now virtually as well.
Nice. Did the pandemic kind of push you into the virtual, or were you already doing virtual shows?
It did push us definitely into the virtual world. We employed around 100 to 130 performers, depending on the time of year. And when everything shut down during the pandemic, we wanted to find a way to keep them working. And so we explored the virtual side of things. In particular, we had always been interested in creating an immersive experience where people can really feel like they're a part of it, and visceral theater, if you will. And it really afforded the opportunity because we are literally going into people's homes now and performing for them through their computer screens.
Nice. Is that the Secret Library show that you recently have on sale?
It is the Secret Library. We have actually a couple of things with my circus roots. We also have a platform called Zoom Ballyhoo, where you can bring a clown or a ringmaster or a magician into your home and let them perform for a special occasion or perhaps a corporate meeting. But then the Secret Library, we took that immersive side of things, and it's a story, and it's an adventure, and it's a chance for you to solve puzzles and be part of the action.
Oh, is it like similar to like a mystery dinner or?
It is a good amalgamation of an escape room, puzzles,
Oh,
and a mystery dinner, and some live performance, and then an opportunity for a lot of our guests to make an appearance on stage, if you will, at the same time. So it's all of those different things you might do with your friends on a night out, wrapped into one experience.
nice. And how much are the tickets?
Tickets are $35 per screen. So if you have a household of people and you want to put everyone in front of your camera, it's $35 for all of them to be a part of that together. And there are some discounts available. If you visit the website, you'll find that we have a discount right off the bat that'll help you out with that price. And then we can have groups of up to 63 people come and experience at one time. So on a regular night, it might be 20 to 30 people in there. But if you have a big group event, we can accommodate that as well.
Nice. And how often are the virtual shows?
We're performing every Saturday night right now. We have special events throughout there. And sometimes when we do the private events, we are adding the shows at that point. We're looking to expand a little bit as we get into the next month or so, but we also have a brand new escape room experience that's a spin-off. We like to think of ourselves as like the Marvel cinematic universe, right? So we have a prequel that is actually an escape room game that can only be played with up to 8 people. Or 8 screens. I always say people, but it's, the screens, it's how you're connecting with the platform. And so that's a smaller experience that you can really delve into the escape room side of things. That's only 60 minutes. Then we have the 90-minute Secret Library Origins production, and that one is the bigger show. And we have another new one coming out at about mid-March right now that's going to be a sequel to the Secret Library show. So there's great ways to stay involved with our characters, but also to get a different experience every time.
Oh my God, that sounds so much fun.
We think so. We have a great time. We've got some incredible performers. And the process that we brought this together was such a collaborative effort. We had about 12 writers when we first started. And they took on different various parts of the show, but we have 7 performers in the show, and they're bringing to life 7 different characters. And the great thing, and one of the reasons that I was excited to be on your podcast, is the fact that you're talking about bringing the best you possible, right? To be true to who you are. And that's what we asked our performers to do as they were developing these characters, is to really delve into their own personalities, because we wanted to make sure that they were likable and they were relatable, right? And a lot of times when you're dealing with a character that can be a little outlandish, a little out there, it doesn't feel real unless you have that kernel of truth to it. And so our performers have this joy and this passion and some quirks that they're bringing to their characters, right? Some of their own personal quirks, and really making them believable, realistic, and they feel like friends by the time the evening's over.
That's nice. It's already courageous to step out there and be yourself, but to step out there and be yourself in front of an audience takes a different type of level of courage.
Right? Well, and that they say that stage fright is like that number one fear for people, because you really are putting yourself out there and asking people to judge you a little bit, right? And say, hey, this is me, and take it or leave it. You're going to have a great time, or you're going to decide maybe I'm not the person you want to hang out with.
Exactly. That's life.
So true.
So the name of your company is Oddities. I don't know if I said that yet. And you said that you worked with Walt Disney, and I saw some other shows that you worked with. I have to ask, as a kid, my mom used to take me to the Disney Ice-capades. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever performed for an Ice-capade?
It's very funny that you ask that. The Disney on Ice is produced by a company called Feld Entertainment, and actually just before the great big pandemic shutdown, I was working with them on working with some of their performers on the ice show and doing some directing for them. So I've had the opportunity to work with Disney on Ice. In addition, our company produced an ice show at SeaWorld Orlando in 2019, a couple of years before that as well. So it was a beautiful Christmas ice show that we got to produce there. So yeah, we've delved into that as well. Are you an ice skater? Are you ready to get on the ice?
No. Anything that has skates and behind it is dangerous.
It's true. It's very true. That's why
Talent has never been my friend.
I was off the ice and just working with them who were on the ice. But yeah, we're in Florida. I don't have to do ice much. So, except for in a performance, we stay away from it as well.
Right. So you were a clown for Barton. Like I was so excited for this interview because it was like my childhood. It was just playing in my mind, like with the ice capades and the circus. My mom took me to Barnum and Bailey's like every year. I might even saw you. Like
that's possible.
The only thing, like, I am horrified of clowns though. Like from afar, they're fine, but like if they're like at a birthday party, I'm out of there. Like, always. So I'm just being honest.
And I appreciate your honesty. My question is, have you ever had a real experience outside of right now with me? But have you ever had because I have a reason to be afraid of clowns because I dealt with them all the time. But no, it's a funny thing when we were developing our clown characters and really it's the makeup, right? It takes you into this other place as a person. But as we were developing those characters, one of the things that was a true instruction for us is that the makeup is there to enhance the features of who you are. And again, kind of what I said with our performers, by being yourself, that's the way to be the best clown that you could be as well. And I think that's where people get scared of clowns, is because they think, oh, it's this mask that they're putting on and they're big and they're brash and no one would ever act like that in real life. So for us as professional circus clowns, that was the thing. We were always trying to find the funny in real life situations and letting ourselves shine through. And that's through the makeup as well. But I will say there are some scary clown makeups out there. So I understand completely when people are like, oh, I don't know.
I think it's Stephen King's fault because I watched it as a child and it just changed my whole.
I always have to remind everyone though, that was just a puppet by a big spider, right? So it wasn't actually the clown doing the killing, it was a spider. Regardless, Killer Clowns from Outer Space also took us down that road. So,
But yet and still, clowns are funny, whimsical. I remember the first clown show was Bozo. I used to watch Bozo. I think it was every Sunday morning or Saturday morning. Don't quote me. But I loved Bozo the clown. And then I saw It. And then that's...
You're like, that's it. I'm done.
But in the circus, it was okay because, the clowns are far. So it's not like they're really close to you. So as long as it's, it's not close proximity. But from that experience, like, how has that shaped Oddities? Like, how does that help you shape the company Oddities?
Well, one of the things that the circus taught me, and again, my wife's a third generation circus performer. So she and I developed the secret library together. And one of the things that we learned from the circus is being present in the moment, right? And really kind of just living in this space that we're in, because when you are a circus performer, and clowns may or may not be there, but my wife was an acrobat, and everything that you're doing at that moment is the most important thing in the world, right? Because these are death-defying acts that you are dealing with. And these are people who are there to experience the show at this very moment in time. And so if we're thinking about, where we're going shopping next, or if we're thinking about a birthday party that's coming up next week, we can take ourselves out of being in the moment. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that I took away from the circus was just being present to experience the awe and the wonder that is there right in front of your eyes, right? And so for us then transitioning to the secret library, that's one of the things that we wanted to do is to celebrate the moment. So as we were looking at an immersive experience, we weren't trying to set it in outer space. We weren't trying to set it in the Old West. We were trying to set it in today's reality and dealing with the things that we all are going through right now in our real life, and then add a little mysticism on top of that. But that way it's something that we can say, hey, look, not everything is awful right now. There are beautiful moments. And if we just tap into those beautiful moments as the human race, just think of how much farther that we can go. So being present now will help us dictate the future.
I agree with that, because on the circus or any performers, it isn't when you're watching a show, you take a break from all the black and white, the religion, the politics, like things that kind of dim life down, and you're just, like you just said, immersed in the wonders, like I'll just call it human enchantments, like,
Yeah.
because it's surreal, and like I said, I can remember the ice capades and the circus, just mystified by the acrobats and how they flipping and body movement, all, like, it's just amazing. And it kind of just takes you out of the real world, which I feel is needed sometimes.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it is the real world, right? It's these things that are happening that you cannot even believe. And it's just bringing that joy to our everyday. So yeah, but absolutely, we all need that distraction and to be able to relate to it, I think, as well.
Yeah. So you said, I read on the website that Oddities recruit different type of performers. What type of performers do you guys recruit?
Well, one of the things that we like to say is we live up to our name, right? So Oddities Entertainment is not going to be necessarily the regular kind of performer. So we're always looking for people who've got that little extra skill, that little variety that they can present for people. So, and part of that is that circus background again. So we're looking for people that can juggle, that can stilt walk, that can contort their bodies. We're looking for people that can create outside of kind of the norm. One of the acts that we do is a living fountain. So you might have seen like a living statue where they're dressed in all silver or gold. Well, our performer is completely marbleized like a real statue, but then there's water that comes out of their fingertips and out the top of their head. So they create this literally living fountain, and we've had a lot of people who can't believe that it's a human. So we try to find those ways to just change things a little bit, to make them a little bit odd, and look for performers who have that gift.
And I saw that was actually one of my questions, the living statue. I'm like, oh my God, just looking at the picture was amazing. So I can like imagine like in person with the water running through their hands. That was so cool. And then it was like, it's a living forest. Like it's different sections of that, correct?
Right. Yeah. We have a rock man. We have some living flowers. So everything that we call it the living garden is the name of that particular side of the company. And it's all of those things bringing, nature to life through human form.
I love that. I'm just in awe. Like it's just in awe about this all. So how can someone join Oddities? How can you join the team?
So we do have auditions depending on the production that we're doing, we do have auditions throughout the year. People are also, because we're in this virtual time, they are submitting virtually. You can send your information to admin@oddities.com, or you can go and visit our website and send in through there. But we're always looking for different people in different parts of the country. We've been all over the world with our performances as well, but typically we stick to the United States. And we have performers that have worked with us, really from sea to shining sea. So they're all over the place.
Nice. So I know that your craft is a clown, but if you can pick out of all of the talents that you're around, what would be another talent that you would like to acquire?
That I would like to acquire, that I try to use.
That you, I don't know. That you would try to use.
So currently, and I hope that it's coming across here, I think one of my skills is being able to speak. And I also have, that's a little cheating because I did work as the ringmaster understudy at the circus. So I had the opportunity to sing and to speak with the show as well, and continued to do that. But I would have to say I'm pretty uncoordinated. So I would love to have the ability to have better coordination, maybe a little more flexibility, to be able to use my body in ways that wouldn't have me tripping over my own feet. Clowning came natural with that, but certainly finding a way to be just a little more coordinated. My wife, acrobat, vision of grace, me, fall on the face. So that's kind of how it goes.
Nice. Yeah. Like when I used to watch the acrobats, I'm like, man, I used to be afraid, like, catch her. When
Don't let her fall for the love.
right. They always caught the woman, but I was always nervous. Like, oh my God, please don't let her fall.
Yeah. And that's part of being on the edge of your seat. Hoping
right.
It's a little bit where you're hoping that it's going to happen so you can say, oh, I was there when, and a little bit hoping that it's not, so you go, oh, thank goodness. So
she's okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys utilize animals at all in your performances?
We don't. We traveled with the circus and performed with them there. I was very fortunate to perform with 2 different elephants personally, and that was, I mean, they're just such remarkable creatures, and so smart. But we don't utilize any animals in our performances now. I've got dogs and chickens and a cat and a couple of birds that inhabit the house, and from time to time they'll do a trick, but not for part of the business. That's just, just furry family members.
Just day-to-day everything.
Exactly.
So here at BYOK, we have a staple question, and that question is, if you can describe yourself in one word, what would it be and why?
In one word, I would probably have to describe myself as a leader. And why is because I am a leader of many people in my company. I am a leader in my industry and looking to always find the next way to express ourselves. And I think by switching virtually, we've taken some great leaps ahead of some of the other people that are even in that industry right now. And again, it sounds like I'm bragging, but throughout my life, I feel that I've been a compassionate leader for when people needed someone to take charge. And I've been put in that position by my colleagues, by my friends, and they've asked me to pick up the torch and to lead the way. And so I'm proud that I've been able to do that. And so I think that it is definitely a word that would describe me.
I love that. And it's taking my mind. Have you seen the movie Greatest Show on Earth?
We have.
I assumed you did. So what I loved about that movie is it was unconventional talent, right? So people judged them and made them feel like outcasts. And then which I can't think of the main character. Which one is it? Bailey?
Barnum.
Okay, Barnum. He made them feel like special and important, and he didn't even realize the impact that he had on these people. But I love that movie because talent is not just reduced to like singing or sports, or talent is just something that's unique to you, like something that you can do awesome and great. Right. And that's what I loved about that movie, because it's like, hey, I might have a talent. I might not, be a composer, but I can edit it, or and it takes a skill to have. You have to have a certain ear when you're editing things, and stuff like that. So it's a talent out there for everyone, assigned to everyone.
Right. And that particular movie we said was kind of like a love letter to the circus, because obviously they were dealing with one of the forefathers of the greatest show on earth, but it really did live up to the reality of what it was like traveling with the circus. We used to say we were a mini United Nations, right? So we had 30 to 40 different countries represented throughout each tour that came in. And we had people from all walks of life. They were all bringing different skills. And to your point, they weren't all acrobats. They weren't all singers. These were people that made the show happen in the dark. They were putting up rigging, and they were cleaning up after the animals. And we had a live band. So we had musicians that were there. There were people that, were selling popcorn and cotton candy, and were really, really good at it. And that sounds silly, but they also were the first people that our audience would come in contact with as they came into the arena. So they started, because, I mean, you think about the circus, think about the smell of popcorn and the smell of cotton candy. They were leading the way. So we had 130 or 150 people, depending on the tour, that were all working in unison, that were all working in harmony to provide the audience with the greatest show on earth, the best show that they could see. And it was all of those different individual skills coming together to produce that show.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so this is why I was excited about this interview, because it was different and it's whimsical and it brings you back to childhood, like that warm place. Like when you're at a circus, it's okay to play. Right? Like it's okay to be imaginative and creative, because that's the environment that you're in. So you can be 70 and go to a circus and just be 7 for the whole hour and a half. Like I said, I was just so excited to talk about oddities today.
Well, thank you. And that's why they said, children of all ages. It really is tapping into that and tapping into those, beautiful memories that all of us have, no matter where we came from. There are beautiful memories we have as kids, right? That you tap into and wish that you could bring that into every day of your adult life. But being able to live in that magic, I think is just spectacular.
It is. So is there any future projects for Oddities?
Well, you never know. I had some calls today. We're always working on something. Like I said, for the Secret Library, we do have some spinoffs that are in the works coming up in the next month. So we're excited about that, and always looking for those new opportunities to really bring some magic to everyone else's life.
Nice. And where can people find Oddities? Tickets?
Yeah, if you go to oddities.com, now it is spelled a little funny, it's ODDOTS.com. That'll take you to all of our offerings, but you can also go directly for Secret Library tickets to secretlibrary.io. It's not a .com, it's a .io. So make sure you check that out, but there you can find tickets and all the new upcoming experiences that we have.
Okay, awesome, Todd. Was there anything else you'd like to add?
This has been so much fun. I mean, what else could I add? We've just had a good time chatting, and man, I wish we could have a beverage in our hand. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, doesn't hurt, but just a beverage that we could cheers to, because this has been a really fun conversation.
Awesome. I'm always happy to hear that. And it has been a pleasure talking with you today. Thank you for being a guest and just opening up your whimsical world.
Well, thank you for letting me bringing it to you. So
yes, awesome. And listeners, I hope that you have enjoyed this interview as well as much as I have. And don't forget to be your own kind and be kind to yourself and to each other. Bye.
Bye.